What is going on, everybody? It's Jamie, and welcome to the channel Thrift-Onfire. Today we're going to be doing a review video. We're going to be reviewing Sidekick Tools. Sidekick Tools is the home to Posh Sidekick and Crosslisting. This is something that I've been using for quite a long time. Crosslisting I just started using maybe end of last year, and it's been pretty good. Overall, we're going to give you a review video. I think Posh Sidekick is probably why somebody would be looking for automation, and then all these other key features that the company does provide are very helpful. But I think the automation tools are really why people start to look in this direction, especially when it comes to Poshmark. Now, keep in mind, Sidekick Tools will do other things for you besides just Poshmark. We'll talk about all those features when we get to them, but basically when I found this company, it was for Poshmark Automation, and they've grown and done so much more. If you want to give it a try, I am an affiliate. My link is down below in the description. I will pop it up on screen as well. One of the great things about the trial from this company, it's 100% free. There's no credit card required, and if at the end of the trial you don't like it, they're not going to bill you. You're not going to be on the hook for something. It's just free. So if you want to give it a try, I think this is a great company to try. They've been very trustworthy as well, and very upfront with things that are happening. So when they have issues with the programming, you can follow them on their social media sites or talk directly to them through email usually, and someone will get back to you and help you through problems. So that's also really great. So customer support's been I think perfect, or close to perfect as you can be with any of these online companies. And yeah, with all that being said, let's jump into this review. When it comes to Poshmark, one of the biggest things you need to do that most people do not want to do is be very social and active through sharing your listings, sharing other people's listings, which is less important. You really just care about sharing your own listings, if we're going to be completely honest here, and following and refollowing, sort of building a following, building a community. Those type of things take a lot of time. And when I first started out, geez, I remember for the sharing part of it for sure. I remember queuing up a whole bunch of items, hitting share, and then you kind of watch through a gray screen it move through. I remember just setting it up and then setting my phone, and then at one point I'm like, I want to be able to use my phone. I did it on my iPad, I've done it on my computer, and it does take time, and you have to set that up throughout the day. I was at one point even setting an alarm clock when I first started, and every hour I'd share so many items just to try to keep things moving. This was when I was part-time, really trying to figure it all out. And then at some point I've heard about this automation through another YouTuber, Tabs. If anybody follows, I'll pop her YouTube channel up now. She's been less active now, but she's one of the reasons why I got into using Sidekick Tools, which at that time was just Posh Sidekick, okay, which is a feature obviously we're using. So sharing, that is huge. Sharing all your listings, if you don't have to do all that, that's huge. Building a following through automation, that's huge. So honestly, that's why I got it. That's number one for sure, right? Offers to likers and closet clear out can be automated also through this tool. Now, in Poshmark, that's a big deal, okay? So you're probably, unless you have a really great item and you list it, selling it for full price happens less often than when you do offer to liker. Somebody's always looking for that deal, and me included. I love a deal. Who doesn't, right? But you can automate that. You can set up, I'll try to take a screenshot and throw it up. I think I have 15% off is my offers to likers. No shipping discount right now. Yeah, you can set it up any way that you want to do it. And closet clear out is the same. Closet clear out, you set it up. The closet clear out happens, I guess, on Fridays and Sundays, correct? If I'm wrong, somebody can let me know in the comments. But I have it automated, so I don't even pay attention to when it happens anymore. I used to be right on top of it, but I'm pretty sure that's when they happen. So you set it up at a discount, and then what it does, it just keeps on going down, down, and down. So you set it up at, say, like a 10% off, and you set up a maximum off of, say, like 30%. I think that's how I have mine set up right now. And it's just going to it's going to automatically do that on the clear out days, right? You can set it up for individual items. You can set it up for your whole closet. Yeah, you're going to pick a time. So I think if I take a screenshot and throw it up, I think the last time I did it, I had it set up for 4 o'clock and 10% to a maximum of 30%. And yeah, you just wait for sales to happen, if they happen at all, right? You can never be sure of who's going to buy your stuff, but these are all things you need to do to make sales. And the fact that you don't have to do them, it's going to automatically do it for you, is pretty awesome. You could just be relaxing by the pool if it's summer. You could be playing a video game. You could be doing whatever you want to do. You could be doing other work in your reselling business, and all this automation will do everything you need it to do in the background, so you don't have to actively be social, you know, on the platform. Next, let's talk about stock photo tools and, you know, background remover. So first off, background remover, I think is really, they do a really good job with this, okay? It takes a photo and makes it super clean with a white background. You can add in different colors, whatever you want. Me personally, I'm not a big fan of the white background thing. Do they do a good job at it? Yes, absolutely. They do a great job at it. So if it's something you want, it's definitely worth it, okay? Me personally, I've been using this background here behind me. I also use flat lays on the ground for t-shirts. If I'm doing a graphic t-shirt, you know, with the front and back, you know, this isn't a vintage shirt, but, you know, all over print vintage, a lot of times the flat lays work perfect for me because I can do a measurement of the chest. I can show all the graphics and everything like that. So there's not really a need for me to use even the AI tool. The AI tool is really cool if you had like a designer clothes and stuff like that. You could have a very uniform look with all these models, and you could use that tool. Those are two things that I don't really use a ton on this program. I do think the AI models are really neat. I featured them on the channel before. You can go back and watch some of those videos. But yeah, as far as the background removal, you know, I have nothing but positive things to say about it, except for I just don't use it, okay? I don't use white backgrounds on a regular basis. At one time, it was strongly believed that the reason why you would do that, and I think maybe still do today, is in search on like Google, for instance. I think it makes it a lot easier for your item to be found with a white background and not a whole bunch of junk in the background. For me personally, where I'm selling and how I'm doing things, I'm just not using that. Should I be using that? Maybe, but I mean, I would have to, you know, I would have to change every picture that I have currently to make it look uniform. So it doesn't really seem worth it to me. But if you're just starting or you really like to use background removal tools, this is a really great built-in one that you can use, and I think it does work really well. Cross-listing. Previously, I was using a browser extension, okay? It worked very simple. It was easy. It worked well. You'd open like eBay, and then you'd pick the platforms you want to list to. You hit it. It would open these browsers up. You'd fill in the extra information. It basically works similar to that, except for you don't need to have your computer handy. It just works in your pocket, okay? It does a few other things that could be really good too that I don't use. I don't use the auto delist feature. I'll explain why here in a minute. But the places you can list to include Depop, eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, obviously not in Canada. We can't use Mercari if you're Canadian like I am. Grailed, Vinted. We used to have Vinted in Canada. We do no longer have Vinted in Canada. Etsy, Shopify, and whatnot. Okay, those are the places you can list. I personally am an eBay first guy, so I will make my eBay listing. I will import my eBay listing into Crosslisting and then pick the platforms that I want to list it to. You do have to fill out some extra information, but it does pull most of the information, all the photos, and it does speed up the whole cross-listing process for sure. Even if you're using a browser extension, you still need to go back over the listings and, you know, make sure everything's filled out correctly for the platform. Now, if you wanted to use the delist feature, you would have to create the listing, I believe, actually in cross-listing so that it's part of the actual app, and then you could list it to all the different platforms. Like I said, I'm an eBay first person. I also personally, even if I use the cross-listing feature and the auto delist feature where it would delist on the other platforms, I would have to go and look at the other platforms to make sure they're delisted. It's not that I don't trust this company. It's just a mental thing for me personally. So yeah, I don't know. I just like to make my first listing in eBay because I've always done that. I'm not saying that doing it the other way wouldn't be helpful. But I know even if I was using the delist feature, I would have to go back and look anyway, just because that's just the way that I am. So I don't use that feature, but I do think for cross-listing, it's awesome that it's in your pocket, it's mobile, and you know, it's really simple to use. Automated auctions don't really get the credit they deserve. I do think if you set them up properly, you can do really well. And what I mean by that is I wouldn't expect to get a lot of sales from the auctions themselves, okay? So if I set up like a hat show, a vintage t-shirt show, maybe jerseys and sports collectibles, I might run them at like 10 or 15% off. And the goal here is to run them for a couple of hours, so maybe 2 hours. They're going to be in the Poshmark newsfeed. Somebody can click on them. You know, they can look at your auctions, but they most likely would look to see what's queued up or what you're selling, maybe even look at your store. And through that, you potentially might get some offers. And I think that's where the value is. So it's just one of those other things on Poshmark where it's Being social, you don't physically have to do it. It's done through automation. It's not the same as doing a regular live show where it's me, trying to sell you, this mouse right here or something else. It's just doing it in the background, however you set it up, whatever time you set it up, in the afternoon, after dinner, middle of the night, whatever you want to do is totally fine. But I do believe it will get you extra sales. And for me personally, I've been using it for a while, and I really think when I don't do it, or when I'm not running the automated auctions, I do notice a difference. So I do think it gets extra sales. It's always so hard to say, what part of these things create the sales, but I know when you're not being active on Poshmark, for sure, you're not going to be rewarded. And that's why I think a lot of people who just list the Poshmark and don't do any of the social stuff say you can't sell there, it's not a good platform, blah, blah, blah. Well, you need to put in the work required, or be willing to use a tool like this, automation, to do all the things Poshmark wants you to do to be successful. It does seem like a pain at sometimes, but when it's automated and it's you set it and forget it type mentality, I do think it's totally worth it. Now, if I was going to leave you with a final thought, much like a beloved Jerry Springer episode, it would be this: the bare bones of what Sidekick Tools is doing is what you want it for. Okay, the automated sharing, the automated following, that's going to keep you social, that's going to keep your listings above everybody else's, or at least par with everybody else's who is probably using automation as well. The other thing is the offers to likers and closet clear out, because that's where you're going to make your money. I would say most of my money is from offers to likers on Poshmark, and automating that only makes sense because I can do whatever else it is I want to do. I can list, stay focused on other parts of my business. I can go have lunch with my wife, whatever it is, and this all runs in the background. For me, that is the key to this. And if you want to give it a try, like I said in the intro, my link is in the description down below, 100% free. I suggest you give it a try if you really want to grow your Poshmark business. Other than that, I think we're going to end this one right here. I'm usually, if you're new to the channel here, which I should have said in the intro, but if you made it all the way to the end here, I might as well let you know I'm usually doing garage sale videos, what sold videos, thrift hauls, all those type of things. We sell on multiple platforms here and try to share our experience online. If you do like videos like this one, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe. We're getting close to 4,000, and we'll see you guys soon.